Hello ladies and gentlemen. Today our learning goal is I can recognize rational numbers and put them in decimal form. A rational number is a number that can be written as a over b, where a and b are integers and b cannot equal 0 because a over b is a fraction and there cannot be a 0 on the bottom. Rational numbers include whole numbers, natural numbers, fractions, terminating decimals, and repeating decimals. A terminating decimal is a decimal that ends. A repeating decimal is a decimal that has a repeating pattern that does not end. A bar written above the repeating numbers indicates that the pattern repeats forever. To write a fraction as a decimal, divide the numerator by the denominator. If the fraction is a mixed number, change it to an improper fraction first. Write each fraction as a decimal. Indicate if it is a terminating or repeating decimal. We are going to be doing these two examples together. Our first example is a fraction, 2 divided by 9. So we are going to do long division to find out if our decimal is a terminating or a repeating decimal. Let's begin by setting up our long division. Nine can't go into 2, so I'm going to put my decimal down here, and then whenever I put a decimal down here, I add it up top and add my 0. 9 can go into 20 2 times. 9 times 2 is 18. When I subtract 20 minus 18, I get 2. 9 can't go into 2, so I'm going to add another 0 and bring it down. 9 can go into 20 2 times. 9 times 2 is 18. 20 minus 18 is 2. If you notice, there is a pattern that is repeating. 9 can go into 20 2 times. So no matter what, we're going to keep getting a 2 remainder at the bottom. So we know that this is a repeating decimal. Our answer is 0.2 repeating. So we're going to put our bar notation over the 2 to signify that that 2 will repeat on and on. Now let's take a look at our next example. I'm going to show you two different ways to do this problem. The first example, we are going to follow what it says in number 7. If a fraction is a mixed number, change it to an improper fraction first. So remember to do the Ferris wheel to change this into an improper fraction. So we have 4 times negative 3 plus 1. So 4 times negative 3 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Over 4. So we have negative 13/4. So since our answer is negative, we know it's going to be a negative decimal as well. Let's set up our long division. The top number goes inside and the bottom number goes on the outside. Now let's solve this. 4 can go into 13 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12. When I subtract 13 minus 12, I get 1. 4 cannot go into 1, so I'm going to add a decimal. And remember, when I put a decimal here, I must bring it up and add it up top and add my 0. 4 can go into 10 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. 4 cannot go into 2, so I'm going to add another 0 and bring it down. 4 can go into 20 5 times. 4 times 5 is 20. And 20 minus 20 is 0. So I know this is a terminating decimal. And our answer is negative 3.25. Don't forget to bring down that original negative in your answer. Now we are going to look at another way to solve this problem. We can simply solve this problem by taking negative 3, our whole number, and putting it off to the side, and just dividing our other fraction, which is 1/4. Remember, 1 goes on the inside and our 4 goes on the outside. 4 cannot go into 1, so I'm going to add my decimal, and I'm going to bring my decimal up top and add my 0. 4 can go into 10 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. 4 cannot go into 2, so I'm going to add my 0 and bring it down. 4 can go into 20 5 times. 4 times 5 is 20. And 20 minus 20 is 0. So there's my 0.25, and I just added to the end of my negative 3. So my answer is negative 3.25, and it is a terminating decimal. Some of you may have also figured out that you automatically know 1/4 is 0.25, and you simply can just write negative 3.25 and know that it is a terminating decimal. Now please complete all 8 problems on the following page as shown. Make sure you show all your work and do not use a calculator. If you have any questions or need any help, take notes next to the numbers and we will discuss them in class. Have a great day.